Knicks big man Isaiah Hartenstein recently spoke to the media about his Achilles injury. And in that interview, he actually revealed that he returned from injury sooner than he should have. We're going to break down exactly what that report said. And we're also going to take a look at a key stat that Jalen Brunson is a league leader in. And in my opinion, it's something that if it doesn't get controlled right away, could hurt the New York Knicks and their future playoff run. All of this and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Hartenstein admits that he still needs recovery time with his sore Achilles. When I heard about this report, I was thinking back to the fact when Tom Thibodeau was resting him and not playing him. And I remember Hartenstein being a little frustrated about him not hitting his minute mark. And now we may understand why. It's because that sore Achilles should have kept him out for a few more weeks. But because he wanted to be available for the New York Knicks and have an impact, he returned early. Let's take a look at this report from SNY insider Ian Begley. According to Begley, he states Isaiah Hartenstein said he came back early from Achilles injury. According to Hartenstein, I probably could have sat out a couple of more weeks, both to help the New York Knicks win and because he's confident that the ramp-up plan that he has with the Knicks will have him ready to play 30-plus minutes in the playoffs without an issue. Shout out to Ian Begley, always dropping the knowledge and information that we need each and every day. Really appreciate that. And as you clearly saw there, Hartenstein is not fully healthy. He still has issues with that Achilles, and honestly, he should still be resting. So what does that tell me in my opinion? Rest him. Don't bring him back, and make sure, without a doubt, that the next time you play him, he's fully healthy. But here's the thing. The way he's looking right now, with the limited minutes he's playing, the doctors are clearing him because he's not putting undue stress on that Achilles, and the Knicks are monitoring his minutes enough where it's not posing him an issue because he may want to play more minutes than his Achilles will allow him to. But Tom Thibodeau and the coaching staff is looking out for him, his well-being, his longevity, and what he means for this Knicks team long-term, especially when it comes to the playoffs. So I can understand that, and I can respect that. But here's the thing. For tomorrow's injury report against the Cleveland Cavaliers, that game, Jalen Brunson, he's not on the injury report. Thank God for that. But also, Isaiah Hartenstein, he's also not listed on that injury report. The only players for the New York Knicks listed on that report, as you might expect, is Randall, OG, and Mitchell Robinson. But nobody else is listed. And I'm a little concerned about hearing this regarding Hartenstein and the fact that he should have sat out a couple more weeks with that Achilles injury. Even though they're monitoring Hartenstein's minutes, it doesn't really matter to me because anything could go wrong even in the slight minutes that he does play for the Knicks. If he's not fully healthy, he should wait before he's fully healthy before he comes on the court. Because if anything goes wrong, if Hartenstein goes down, this Knicks team is going to get worse because of it. We cannot play Russian roulette with our players anymore. We have to make sure the players that need rest get rest, and the players that are available play as many minutes as possible, but hopefully not enough that we're burning them out each and every night. I'm getting worried about Josh Hart playing so many minutes, getting worried about Jalen Brunson playing so many minutes. And speaking about Jalen Brunson, our all-star point guard, we have to talk about something. I said it at the top of the show. He is leading the league in terms of one particular key stat. And for me, guys, it's so worrisome that when I saw it, it honestly made me stop everything I was doing and just think to myself, what if this trend continues? Let's share what I'm talking about right now. As you can see here, shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. Jalen Brunson has the NBA's second highest usage rate, 34.7%, since Julius Randle and OG Anunoby went down. Brunson's usage is higher than Luka, SGA, Giannis, and Steph Curry. That's how much usage Brunson is getting right now. We are in March right now. We are headed into a very difficult month. And the reason I'm saying it's difficult is because we're not healthy. If we were healthy, the schedule that we have, it would be cake. We would be such a good team right now, winning so many games. But we can't think about that right now because we don't have that roster. Each and every game, we have to go into that game one at a time, thinking about how to win that game planning for who we have on the roster that night for that game. That's how we win. That's the only way we win and stay afloat. There is no other opportunity. There is no angle. There is no other way for the New York Knicks to do it. They have to do it this way. The Jalen Brunson stat, honestly, really scares me. He is leading the league in terms of usage rate. He is playing a lot of minutes under Tom Thibodeau. So is Josh Hart. So is Dante DiVincenzo. So is Precious Achiuwa. So are so many of these key players for the Knicks that we're likely going to need in the long playoff stretch that I hope this Knicks team has. And if we're going to do that, we're going to need to have fresh bodies. We need to get healthy. We need to get deeper again. And we need to utilize our depth once we get healthy so we can rest some of these players and utilize them better come the postseason. Tom Thibodeau needs to realize that. We need to understand that. You cannot abuse these starters. Play them 40-plus minutes a night. Even though I understand you may want to win each and every game. A 10-point lead, a 12-point lead is not safe anymore like it used to be 15 years ago. Now you have to keep your stars on the court because you never know what could happen depending on the team you're playing against and if they get hot from three with how many minutes left on the board. We have to realize that. And I think Tom Thibodeau does a good job of that. However, he sometimes still plays these starters so many minutes to a point where I question why he's doing it when we're up about 15 points with 3 or 4 minutes left to go. I understand that's still a little bit of chunk of time, but I would rather the players rest. And if that situation happens, bring them back in. But the often chance that that happens is likely low. So I would rather do it at that point in time, give our guys more opportunities to rest because we need that. We are supposed to be a dangerous, lethal playoff team. We'll never be able to get there, not even come close if we can't get a healthy roster there. So I hope Tom Thibodeau understands that, realizes that, sees the injuries that we have, and make sure he continues to monitor these minutes and make sure our players are healthy going into the postseason. Jalen Brunson, I'm looking at you. I'm worried about you. Hartenstein, I'm absolutely worried about you. We just heard from your mouth that you should have rested a couple of more weeks and you should not be playing. The reason you're playing, and bless your heart, is because you want to help this Knicks team. You want to have an impact. You don't want to let anybody down. You want to help this Knicks team float so we can continue to win games, have good seeding for the playoffs, and make sure we have an impact, a good impact when we get there. I can appreciate that. But what happens if you play into an injury again and then you miss more time and you're not there for us in the playoffs when we need you the most? I understand it's going to be hard without you. I'm not saying to take off the rest of the season or anything like that. But what I am saying is take off as many games as necessary to get the rest that you need. We need you at full health, full capacity. If we have half of IHart, that's not enough. That's not good enough. We need full Isaiah Hartenstein. If we get that, we might be able to go up toe-to-toe with anybody, especially when Mitch comes back. But we need our centers fully healthy. Not one fully healthy and one kind of healthy. That doesn't work. And we have the opportunity right now to address it. We just have to get healthier to do it. Let's keep floating, guys. I know it's rough. I know it's been tough. I'm watching the games just like you guys are. It's hurting me a lot. I don't like seeing this Knicks team lose, especially when we have the talent necessary to not only win, but dominate. Our time is coming, though. Let them laugh right now. They can do that. I remember in January, the only people that were laughing were New York Knicks fans. And I'm telling you, once we get healthy again, we're going to return to that trend. But what about you guys? What do you think about this report here that Isaiah Hartenstein probably should have sat out a couple of more weeks due to that Achilles injury and that he returned early? And what about the Jalen Brunson stat that we shared earlier regarding the fact that he leads the league as one of the leaders in usage rate? Are you concerned about that? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.